I really enjoyed this movie. I had heard that this was one of the most violent movies ever. It was hyped up on TikTok a lot. I never saw any clips for it though, thank goodness. I usually do get scenes spoiled for movies, but this, people were just telling me how gory it is. And there's two or three really good kills in this movie. The rest are just fine, but I don't think they all had to be super gory. It's a great movie. It's almost found footage like. I don't think it is a found footage movie, but yeah, we follow the killer. That's a really cool concept. I did recently watch a movie that was like that, Pukowski tapes, where he recorded himself killing people. But this movie's way different. It's a very slow killer, like Michael or Jason, someone like that, not like Freddy or Ghostface. He is just really slow, and I like that. I am someone that doesn't like when a movie is too slow if it doesn't personally work for me. And a lot of people thought this movie was too slow, but I was not bored at any point in the movie. Even the ending scene that a lot of people critiqued with the girl going on and on about a story, I was interested in her story. Sure, it wasn't the most interesting thing, but it wasn't uninteresting. So we follow this killer named Johnny, and we get a little bit of his backstory, not a lot. And apparently, he was a slower kid who got his anger taken out on him because his dad was a dick. And someone plays a prank on him, a really shitty prank. They convince a little kid to go up to a tower and to dress up in something scary and scare him. Of course he's gonna fall off. I think the people that did that were 100% to blame. But they try and cover it up and make it seem like he was just playing up there and fell off. So they put like a fire costume on him, the same costume that they had used to scare him. But the dad knew that it was foul play and confronted them. And the dad gets killed too. And then, later he got resurrected or something to get revenge and killed all of those people. And, nothing really happened since until like 10 years ago when someone tried to steal the amulet or the necklace that his mom had gave him. And, then most of the people got killed in that massacre too, besides one ranger who stopped him. And that ranger is the person we hear mostly. I don't think we really see him in the opening scene. I think we more see the guy Chuck than him, where he's complaining that Chuck is leaving traps in the forest. Chuck ends up getting hurt by his own trap, so it kind of got fucked up. And yeah, I just think it's one of the best horror movies I've seen in quite a while. It's just really good in my opinion. The kills are great, the pacing is great. You never know what's going to happen next. Like, yeah, obviously he's going to kill people, but you don't know how, because he kills everybody in very different ways. I think one criticism is more on the character's part. Like, yeah, horror characters can be dumb, but I think it's really dumb here. One of the characters throws the keys in the forest because he doesn't believe there's actually a killer and tells them to go get the keys themselves. They can't find it because Johnny's already picked it up. And they still have another car and they drive off of it. But apparently, they just go to a ranger for help, stay with the ranger and listen to his explanation, and don't just leave. Like, if I just saw a bunch of my friends get killed, I would just leave. I wouldn't call for help. I'd just fucking take off with the friends that are still alive. But apparently these people went to a ranger for help when they were already on a car and could have just got the fuck out of there. They were on a four-wheeler. So So, the ranger ends up getting killed in this crazy scene in the movie that's really good. He's very slow, and he like wanders over there and gets him up on the thing, cuts his hand off, and then he's got to take him off and put him back on, cut his head off. It's lasts for a good few minutes. And, I think it's very disturbing and a cool way to frame the killer. There's only 2 characters left by now. Most of these characters, I don't really remember their names. They're not all that memorable because obviously we're following him and we only get bits and pieces of their story and occasionally see them when he's watching them. So there's only these 2 characters left. They have this plan that's going to involve the tower, and the guy decides to distract him. And he just shows up and calls him dumb, and he just immediately gets his shit clocked. It was the funniest thing ever. He just gets killed, and he just goes at it. He just does not stop. And then, another funny thing and smart thing is the girl just puts the stuff down, puts the necklace down, and just takes off. Plan's over. She gets to a car, and she gets in, and you're almost expecting a little bit for the killer to come out. Even though I knew that they've been driving for a long ass time. She was telling that story for quite a while. There's no way he's gonna come out of the forest and get her. But the movie wants you to feel uneasy. Like she will probably feel after this, because she's a traumatized victim. She's always going to be looking for the killer. But yeah, such a good movie. The kills were great. I think it's a very unique concept. The directors apparently disagree, but I think it is a pretty unique concept to just have the frame of the killer doing it all, and we don't really see what all these characters are thinking besides bits and pieces. I think it's a really good movie.